Alright guys, so today I'm here to talk about a very sensitive subject, and odds are if you're watching this, you've already met your wit's end. We're here to talk about the V. The V. And this is how we feel about it, and this is probably how you feel too, because it is such an awkward thing. Like, you don't even want to leave your house, you don't even want to, like, people don't understand it, they just think that you may have poor hygiene, that you're not taking care of yourself, you're not eating right, whatever. So anyways, I'm here to tell you how I got rid of mine, and trust me, I went to my doctor, and this is just a kind of disclaimer. Both, once I tell you what I did to get rid of it, make sure that you ask your doctor first. So like if you have diabetes, if you have certain ailments that you can't, you probably shouldn't be doing this. But if you're pretty straight across the board healthy, this is definitely something that I highly recommend for everyone. Now, mind you, when I was getting the symptoms of it, I kind of ignored it, and then I was like, because it is awkward. You think that, okay, well, if I just take a shower more, if I just do this, like, nah, it's not an STD either. So don't think that it's like that. It's just an overgrowth of bad bacteria, and then also it could even come from exercising and you not wearing certain things. So let's just get down to it, because you're probably like, girl, I feel so awkward right now, like, just tell me what I gotta do. Now, I'm just gonna go through like the surface level things that you should be doing, which number one, cut out sugar, 100%. Like, I don't care if you have a sweet tooth, I don't care if you're like, oh, but yo, like, I love my ice cream, like, no, cut it out. Cut out bread completely as well. Cut those two main things out, you're gonna see a huge difference, like, off rip. And this is just like follow-up stuff, like after you do what I say, like, cut those things out. And also go ahead and invest in everything cotton, leggings, underwear, everything that you can think of, and nothing with fragrance. And that goes for detergents to wash your clothes in, so no more fabric softeners or anything like that. And soaps, just I use Dove, like the sensitive one, and that totally works for me. So what I did, okay, so bacteria needs to be pretty much starved. Okay, so I did my research because my doctors gave me like the oral one, the one that you know what, and nothing worked. Like, literally, I did it right on the time, right on the dot, and I don't know if I'm just like medicines, maybe they just don't work for me, but oh my gosh, my ears are popping. But those did not work, and that's why I had to go to such extreme measures. And I did the research. So viruses, like, you can't starve those out, but bacteria you can. So I'm like thinking, like, okay, so this bacteria is living in me, but it's obviously being fed by something, right? So I thought, why don't I just do a 3-day fast? Now, anything more than a 3-day fast, you have to go through a doctor for this. Now, you're probably thinking this is probably extreme. Like, what do you mean a 3-day fast? Now, obviously, you've already tried everything. That's why you're watching this video. So you need to go to, this is the extreme point. Like, you're at your wit's end. There's nothing more that you can do. Now, what was I gonna say? So the 3-day fast, 100% got rid of it. I almost feel like I saw it come out of me, but so hold on, let me just gather my thoughts here, because I don't know if I should leave the 3-day fast for like the explanation of that for another video. But yeah, so a 3-day water fast is what I did. I did not eat anything for 3 days, and I just drank water. Now, this is not for the feeble-hearted, but at this point your heart is already like at rock bottom, and you have nothing else to lose. In other words, you're not going to lose nothing by doing this, by trying this. But just make sure you're not working. It's a 3-day weekend. Don't tell anyone that you know that you're doing this, because they will, especially if you're a person of color, they will be like, oh my God, you're gonna die. What do you mean you're gonna be doing this? Now, pharmaceutical companies in Western civilization, they don't even do any studies on this, but in Germany and Russia, they actually use fasting to treat tumors, like so many different ailments, which is kind of funny. But y'all, if you live in the United States, you already know how, oh, you're sick, here is 3 prescriptions for that and feel better. And then if you have a little side effect to that, here's a little bit more. So nah. So I did a 3-day fast, and I drank nothing but water. I did not eat anything. I didn't take any vitamins. I did not take any supplements, nothing, just water. Make sure that it is, make sure that it's water that is purified, right? Like something from your refrigerator that's filtered, I would not recommend. Even something that has electrolytes already in it, and even that is kind of like it kind of stops your fast. So I'll just go ahead and say it. So the first 2 days while you're fasting, your body is running off of glucose, and pretty much that is feeding your heart and your brain. And then on the third day, your body's like, whoa, 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 like we need to save this glucose. So we're gonna go ahead and start using stuff in our bodies to to kill, to run off of, to get energy for our body. So that means bacteria, that means tumors, that means dead tissue, that means our actual fat opens up and lets out all, like, let's say that you were on a lot of prescriptions when you were younger, which I was. So your body, like your fat opens up and lets that out. Now you may go through a healing crisis. That's why I don't know if I should really go into depth. If you want to know what a healing crisis is, if you used to be on a lot of medication when you were younger, let's say drugs, whatever the case is, go ahead and comment and let me know if you want an extended version of this video. But I just wanted to go ahead and say that a 3-day fast, a 3-day water fast specifically, is going to be the game changer for the terrible emotions and feelings and turmoil that you get while having this, because you truly feel like nothing's gonna work. How am I ever going to move on past through this, especially since when, let's say, if you're working or if you're around a lot of people, you're constantly in fear of like, what the hell is going to happen? Like, do I smell? Like, do they know that I smell? Like, oh my god. Like, and I was going to in cosmetology school while this happened, and girls, you already know how females are, and they're ruthless. And on top of that, these girls were very young, so it was a terrible bullying and feeling and misunderstanding, and I don't want anyone else to like go through what I went through with that. So this is the ticket. This is what you need to do. And after you're done with your 3-day fast, like I said, don't tell anyone, don't tell your family, nothing, because they will try to talk you out of it, because this isn't something that is accepted in the Western civilization when there are so many pharmaceutical companies making monies off of us. So try this, do this, get in it. And if you're like, oh my God, I really want to do this, but I have ailments and I can't really go to the extreme of doing this because I gotta work, there's not a 3-day weekend in another such and such time, then I would recommend the keto diet, because in reality we need to keto. That's what we're trying to do, is to put our body through ketosis. So again, 3-day fast, we're trying to hit ketosis. I have noticed that when I, because you're wondering probably, well, does it come back? Because sometimes I try things and then it comes back. When I stuck to my diet of no sugar and no bread, it will not come back. It won't come back. Now, when I was in Puerto Rico, if you've watched my other videos, I was just in Puerto Rico for a month and I was eating everything I wanted. It was so delicious. And I noticed it did come back. Well, not as intense as it was when I was ignoring it, if you know what I mean, but like and while I was ignoring it, like my pain, like I would have cramps all the time. So that's what I mean by that, that it was hardcore then, and when it came back this time, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, like maybe I should lay off the sugar. And when I did, I was good again. So if you want to get rid of that terrible feeling, you could do the extreme version of going through a water fast that I highly recommend that everyone in their lives do, because remember, before all of, like, you know, our refrigerators and the plethora of like fast food restaurants and the food that we have, we were not able to eat like we could. We needed our bodies to have a rest. So if you want more information about ketosis and fasting and what my body went through its healing crisis, because I did go through a healing crisis, go ahead and comment and like this video. So I hope this helps out. I hope you feel like you have someone on your side and understands you, because I truly felt like I had no one and I felt like alone in this world while it was happening. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helps.